Hello, you amazing soul of light and love. I'm so glad that you are here. And what I'm really proud about is that you're taking a step. You are taking a step away from the familiar. You're taking a step away from what you know to be true. Because that truth is not always where we are headed. It may be a truth that we brought through our childhood, a truth that, or knowing that we brought forward because it felt safe at the moment. And this is often what happens to us is we do what is safe. So our subconscious mind is interested in keeping you alive. So I'm so happy that you guys are all here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. And we are going to start this powerful discussion right now as we take a step towards the amazing you that you are, towards your healed self. But what often happens is our old way wants to not lose its significance. That is your identity. And as that identity gets pulled forward, we will argue, fight, and be within our current identity or our current state, no matter how discomforting or terrible it is. We choose this old way because it's familiar to us. Like I was talking about earlier, our younger self, and you got to remember, when we're younger, we're incredible observers, terrible interpreters. So our adult self does not want to be in this state of a dis-ease. But what often happens is that our old self does things that are familiar, does actions and habits and steps that we are used to. Because stepping into a new reality is scary. When we go to make a change, we actually talk ourselves out of it. We'll say, oh, we can't do that. Or, you know what, it's really not that important. And you know what, I can get past this. This isn't really going to be a thing. And so we take a step away from the incredible soul that we are. And we take a step away from what it means to step into a new reality out of fear. Now we justify it with the conscious mind. The conscious mind comes into the step and goes, oh, you're fine. Don't worry about this. This is going to be okay. That's actually the subconscious mind pretending to be compassionate, giving you an out. But what would it mean to go all in? What would it mean to step into the new way, to shed that old way of being, the old habits, the old thoughts, your old beliefs? And that can be scary right there. Me making that statement probably maybe brought some fear up within you, going, wait a second, man, I can't give up this old. I can't give up and go after a different direction in who I am being. I know this old way. I know how to navigate it. But that old way is no longer serving you. And I'm not saying you have to give it all up. But go and pick the parts that you don't want to live by anymore. Become aware of those moments that aren't serving you as you are stepping into a new quantum body, as you are stepping into the you that is healed. So I'd like you to imagine for a moment. Have some fun with me. So close your eyes gently and take a deep breath. Now I want you to imagine that your future self is knocking at your door. You stand up, you go to the door and you open it. And your future self, 5 years from now, is standing there. And your future self is healed. Your future self is the person that you've been wanting to be. What is he or she doing? What is the conversation? When you invite your future self in and you sit down to have a cup of coffee with them, what are they talking about? What are they experiencing in their life now? Who are they being? So open your eyes and think to yourself, who was that person? Who is my future self? And then what I want to invite you to do is give him a name. Either you can call him a badass, you can give him a special name that you have, but your future self is there. And your future self is waiting for you to emerge, to enter into this space. But your future self cannot exist if you hold on to the past, if we hold on to the old story, the old way, the old frustration, the old fears. And right now, you might be justifying, well, I have to do that because of this, or there's it'd be impossible. It's just really, it's your thought, it's your mindset in that moment. And what happens is, if we continue living in the past, we continue receiving the past experiences. As Einstein told us, if we're doing the same thing and we're expecting different results, that would be insanity. That'd be crazy to think about that. So then, as you step towards this amazing new you, this new you that is emerging in all of your brilliance and your beautiful essence, who are they? What do they look like? What are they saying? What are they doing? Who are they being? Because when we step into the new us, the old us cannot exist and coexist with a new reality versus your old reality. So let me put this into a context that makes it easier to understand. So Matt Rowe, when he was 10 years old, cannot exist as Matt Rowe at 47 years old. Seems crazy, doesn't it? Seems absolutely crazy. I cannot exist as the 10-year-old Matt Rowe in this 47-year-old body, leading and coaching and helping people rise above the dis-ease of autoimmune and multiple sclerosis. No, I had to shed the old 10-year-old to step into the new me that I am. But what happens is we become fearful of stepping into something new. We become fearful of a new leap, a new idea, a new process, a new way of being, because it's change. And we fear change. As human beings, we don't want change, but change is inevitable. And with that inevitable change that is all around us, it gives us an opportunity to become aware of what we no longer want to hold on to, who we no longer are. And by taking that powerful step, by becoming aware of what you don't want, it helps us to take a step towards what we desire. So, and once you become aware of that statement, what you don't want, then ask yourself the question, what would your future self do? What would the future self do 5 years from now? That future self is healed. That future self is living a powerful life with an autoimmune condition. No matter what you're doing, who are you being? Because there's nothing stopping you from being that right now. So ask yourself the question with everything that you do. Let's say you stand up from this and you go to the refrigerator to grab a snack or a drink. Ask yourself the question, what would my future self would do? What would the future Matt Rowe do right now? Well, he'd probably have a glass of water. He'd probably eat a gluten-free, dairy-free diet. He'd probably reduce inflammation. He'd probably eat some vegetables. So I'd reach in the fridge, grab some carrots and a glass of water. It may not be what I ultimately want, my old self wants, but my new self being healed does not live in the old body anymore. So ask yourself the question and make the quantum leap for yourself. Step into your healed body with love and compassion. So if you found value in today's video, share it out with other individuals, invite them to this amazing channel and help somebody else. So I love you guys all so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I love your future self because your future self is amazing. And guess what? Your future self is you. You are that already. So doesn't that mean that you are amazing too? You got this. I love you all, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.